Hello, my name is Caleb Rutledge, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about my peculiar life. So I think I just want to tell you a little bit about, some of the few things about me that people may not know. The first thing I would say is I really like to read, even though I don't read a whole lot. For the most part, I like to read books that usually more theoretical or they're practical. I like fiction books, don't get me wrong. They're fine and dandy. But I'm usually wanting to read something that's non-fiction because most of the time I feel like I'll get more out of it and I can do stuff with that. If you love fiction, don't think I'm knocking on you. Read your fiction. I think that's good stuff too. Another thing I'd say about me. Okay, so I also really like to play video games. Now, some of you maybe be like, "Oh yeah, I know Caleb. That didn't surprise me one bit. He's kind of odd." But I don't know. There's much more to video games than what some people might believe. There's also much more to trucks than what you might believe. Like this fellow driving down the street. So much like that guy's passion for driving loud trucks, I also have a passion for playing video games. And not just because they relieve tension or they just provide you something to do. I really love to play video games with my friends. Because the majority of the time that I play with them, that's usually the time in which like some of the funniest times that we have with each other comes out. But also it really teaches you the importance of teamwork, whether you're playing something like, Counter-Strike or Overwatch, or even if you're just playing like Drawful. Actually, I don't know if Drawful's still a thing. I think it's Draw something. Regardless. Let's see. So yeah, I love reading. I love video games. But I also am pretty lazy. If you can't tell from, sometimes I play video games much too often. But I also am not a huge fan of exercising. That may be unique to me. Everybody else may enjoy it, but I've also heard people have their qualms with running or push-ups or sit-ups or whatever exercises exist. But at the same time, I also understand that it's important to want to be as best as you can, whether it be physically, emotionally, spiritually, or socially. Some people are just so inconvenient when it comes to driving by. So those are a few things, and probably one thing that, here's something that really grinds my gears. So I understand the importance of social media. I understand the importance of Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, what have you. Even Pinterest. I think that's considered social media. But sometimes I think people go past the limits of what you can do on social media. For example, I wake up every day, and whenever I go to Facebook, after soon waking up, I will find someone expressing their opinion, or I say expressing, usually it's forcing their political or religious opinions in a way that's just not very appealing. And I understand they probably want to bring about some good change. But the way they go about it usually doesn't work. If they're going to call, whether it be politically, if they want to call one side stupid or ignorant or whatever it is, that's not going to bring about any change except someone defending their own beliefs in a way that's going to be aggravating and, in all honesty, not productive. So, if you are that type of person, you're on social media, and I think we all can be this at some point. If you're the type of person who wants to bring about change on social media, do it. But also, you need to be aware of how you're going to do it. Now, maybe I'm the only person who gets upset at that. So if you're the only person who's upsetting me, keep doing what you want. But that's the thing about a peculiar life. There are going to be things about us that make us happy, make us sad, make us aggravated, and we're probably not going to have a whole lot of similarity as to what those things are that makes us happy or sad. But the good thing about a peculiar life is that nobody is going to have the same life. And honestly, I think that's probably one of my favorite things about this peculiar life is that because we're so different, we have very little similarities. That's what helps us get along in life, and that's what helps keep things exciting. So again, thanks for watching. I'm Caleb Rutledge, and those are a few things that you may or may not have known about me.